move, you maniac!
What's that?
Yeah. Okay.
Adam, we're live.
Hi, welcome to Awesomesauce Radio. It is me, Autumn South, and
Yeah, I have no clue what just happened.
blind
Just
Awesome
sauce. And I'd like to welcome you all to the show. It's Wednesday night. Thank you for inviting me into your homes and your hearts. Just real quick. I want to thank everyone for I thank you all, and I'll keep. But before we get started, I want to thank a sponsor. I'd like to thank the Big Apple-Con. The next Big Comic-Con happens December 17th at the New Yorker Hotel. From 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on December 17th. Play, great guests, great comics, great art, toys, everything you ever want. I think we're doing pictures with Santa. I don't know about that yet. NewYorkComicCon.com, BigAppleComicCon.com, excuse me. Tell them about it on December 17th. Now I'd like to welcome in the sexiest woman of all comic book speculation podcasting today. We love her. Autumn, how you doing?
Hello, welcome to Awesomesauce Radio, and I hope everybody is having a good week so far. We finally reached hump day, so let's get our humping on and have a great night. Start some bullshit, I guess.
Let's go. How's your week?
It's been good. I don't know. I'm dealing with a lot of drama. Other than that, I'm okay.
Yeah, no, I hear the same. Trying to keep myself positive and get everything fixed so I can get back to business as normal and shakalaka boom shakalaka. So let's introduce our first guest. He's a world-renowned comic book artist. He's the co-creator of Twig. Kyle Strham. How you doing, sir?
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Cannot complain.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Cool. Can you please tell my audience who you are and what you do?
Sure. My name is Kyle Strham. I'm a comic book artist and writer. I just had a couple of books come out. One of them is called Twig from Image Comics that I did the art on. I co-created it with Scotty Young. Another one is called Into Radness from Dark Horse, and I wrote that one. It was drawn by Jake Smith. He and I co-created it together. Just got back from C2E2 in Chicago. It was a good time. Met a lot of cool people. That's what I've been up to.
Awesome. That sounds cool.
C2E2 this year.
That sounds awesome.
What's that? I didn't hear you.
I said, how was C2E2 this year?
Oh, it was great. I hadn't been in 3 years since before the lockdown. I think the last time I went was right before everything shut down. So it was really cool to see all the Chicago people that I have come to know over the last several years. I haven't seen some of them for years. And it was cool to meet a lot of new people, or people who I hadn't met before except online, but meeting them face to face for the first time. It was a good time. I like that show a lot.
Yeah.
That's all. How did you get your start in comics?
How did I get my start in comics?
Yeah.
Well, I always tell everybody, if you want to get started in comics, you got to make comics. And so that's what I did. I just started making my own mini comics, and I would go to comic book conventions. There are a lot of local comic book conventions. I'm from Kansas City, so were always a few going on. And I would go there and I'd show my comics to the comic book creators who were set up. and I'd get feedback. And most of them are happy to give you feedback. So I would just do that. I'd take the feedback, apply it, create new comics that were better. I just kept doing that over and over again. And eventually, people started to do me favors and say, "Hey, do you want to do a pinup in this book, or do you want to do a short story here?" And I started to build up a track record of having some work some places, and eventually just started pitching things, and then started getting published. And after that, I had broken in, and everybody always says the hard part is staying in after you break in. And I think that's true. And after that, you just have to keep grinding and putting stuff out.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Were you going to say something? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just thought it was awesome.
Okay.
I love it. I love people that create their own. We have too many ideas for a comic book that I could feel like stick with one of them and just go with it. I'd always be wondering if it's good enough. Like, is this comic book worthy? I don't know.
Well, what I learned is it's best to start small, to do like an 8-page story, because there's so many things to learn that you don't realize you don't know about making comics. And I don't know, there are lots of, everybody has a ton of ideas, but you just got to pick one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So one of your early works is published an issue of Negative Burn?
Yeah, one of the very first things that I drew interiors for was an issue of Negative Burn. I actually found, there used to be a website, actually there still is a website called Digital Webbing. And I used to
They're
go
still
there.
around?
Yeah, it's still around. I don't know if it's the same as it was when I was going there several years ago. But I would get on, and there used to be a forum for comic book artists looking for paid work and people who are offering paid work. And I would go on, and I would always apply for all the paid work stuff. I'd send in my portfolio. And the first interior job I got was for a book called Split Lip. It was a horror anthology, and we did a short story together. And I had known about this anthology, the Negative Burn that you're talking about, so we decided to pitch that story. And it got picked up, and that was my first published interior stuff. I think it was from Desperado Publishing. Has a cool cover by Brian Boland. I was really happy about that. And,
nice.
Sam Costello is the name of the artist who wrote that story. And I did a few covers from Negative Burn. I'm sorry, not for Negative Burn, but through Digital Webbing, I got a couple of my first cover gigs for a horror story called Family Bones that I did. This was I'm talking 15, 20 years ago at this point. But it was all really helpful for learning how things work.
That's awesome. So what's it like working with Scotty Young?
I was working with Scotty. It's great.
Yeah.
Scotty and I are good friends. We both live in the Kansas City area. And, that's why we decided to do a book together. But this Twig is probably the most fun I've ever had working on a book, and it's because Scotty wants everything to be fun. That's he and I talked a lot about it. We just want it to be really fun. And Scotty's very malleable. He's very willing to shift ideas and to always come up with the best solution for a problem. So
That's awesome.
Which is a great quality to have in a collaborator. But yeah, Scotty's great.
So how did the concept of Twig come about?
So Scotty and I decided we wanted to do a book together, and we talked about the kind of stuff we liked. When we were growing up, we were really into those weird movies for kids in the 80s that were really creepy. They didn't really quite seem like they were for kids, like the Dark Crystal or the Don Bluth movies. And so we kind of wanted to go that tone. But as far as the concept went, we kind of started talking about all that stuff. And I went away and did some concept art and came back and said, hey, I did all these concepts. And so Scotty liked some of them, didn't like some of them. And so we workshopped some, and some went into the story, and from there we just snowballed it until we came to where we were. We actually had uh, a different concept, a whole different script for the first issue at one point before the pandemic, and when everything, and actually I drew like 10 pages of it, and when everything went on lockdown and the comic book industry shut down, we kind of reevaluated and thought, are we doing this right? Because that Dark Crystal Age of Resistance show had just come out. It was all about politics, and we had a script that was like politics heavy. And then we decided to scrap all that and just do a fun adventure story.
What I love about Twig is it has an amazing Calvin and Hobbes vibe to it.
Oh, well, I don't think we've ever talked about how Calvin and Hobbes influenced Twig, but we both love Calvin and Hobbes, so that's absolutely in there.
It just has an innocence about it that I thought that was cool.
Thank you. Yeah, we wanted to.
How did you come up with the character?
Come up with which character?
How did you come up with the look of the
Oh, so in the original set of concept sketches that I did, we one of them was for the main character. He was like a little cave dweller guy, and he was actually like naked. He had no hair. He was kind of a little creepier looking, and we just went through a lot of iterations. I probably drew 200 different versions of Twig until we landed on one that we liked the look of, which was this drawing right here. Whoops. I'm all backwards because I'm looking at it in reverse. This one right here. So we thought, that's him. That looks good. And so that's the one we went with. It changed a little bit because his eyes are kind of hard to act and be expressive with those crazy big eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So the design changed a little more. But after we got to that point, it was pretty set in stone. Some of the iterations look more like animals, like otters and other things. But we decided we didn't want anything to look like actual existing animals.
Something imaginary, completely made up.
Kind of like Fantastic Beast.
I do like that Fantastic Beasts movie.
Me too.
Love it.
was set in yours?
I just want a little stick guy to be on my in my pocket. A tree branch.
So, what's the most challenging part of creating a fictitious animal from scratch? Like, what's the process that you have to go through to do that?
Well, the most challenging part is to make it feel original, to make it not derivative of something else, which is really impossible because they always say there's nothing new under the sun. But I feel like if you take all your influences from places that nobody's really looking right now, then it'll feel more original. But
is it like a good backstory on the animal? Like you have to give it some type of it came from here, or it was invented by scientists, or this, that, and the other. Like it came from afar, like somewhere in the Amazon jungle.
Yeah, I think that having a backstory is a great way to fuel concept art.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was doing the original concept art, I had a story in mind that I knew wouldn't end up being our regular story, but it was necessary to go jump from one place to another to be like, well, this creature fits in the world this way, and this one fits in the same world, and exactly what you're saying, knowing where the stuff comes from, even though it might not make it into the story, is very.
Yep, I feel like that's what makes it more real.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say, Adam?
What was behind the? I'm sorry. There's a lot of really awesome color covers.
A lot of you froze for a second. There were a lot of awesome what?
I think he's having technical difficulties with his internet.
We can't hear you. You keep freezing.
Must
Yeah,
be
you're having
some
connection
kind of
issue,
thing.
but
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say again.
About that, but basically, how splatter variants come about?
Did you say the variants? How did that come about?
Yeah, just the splatters. Those splat covers that you made.
The splat covers. Oh yeah. So I knew that I wanted to have a cover for my own store, and I'd seen a lot of the covers that were coming our way from retailers, because a lot of retailers really supported the book. We're really thankful for that. And we're submitting their variant covers. And the way the process works is after it goes through Image, Scotty and I have to sign off on all of them. So I was seeing a lot of them. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. So that's why I leaned into having Splat be the focus of my cover. And I feel like probably there's a comic book somewhere that I've owned in the last however many years where the logo is crossed out like that. If you don't know what we're talking about, if you go to my website, there's a Twig #1 variant cover you can only get from me. It's on my store, and it has Splat, Twig's sidekick, front and center, and he's crossed out Twig, the logo, and he's written Splat there. But luckily, people seem to like Splat a lot, so it was fortuitous that is what my cover looks like. And some people have said, "Oh, is this a Splat one-shot?" But it is not.
So cool.
yeah, some of the artwork that I see on your website is just freaking amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
Adam, is it good for me to go ahead and pull that up on
We
screen
need
now?
some print. I need some print
Yeah.
in the living room.
Hold them all up on the screen. Sorry about that.
I need a creepy girl for my living room.
Yeah, here we have some of the artwork here on his website. And it's just amazing work.
Thank you. And all the Twig covers are colored
We just
by...
bought 2 sets of the ones today.
Yeah, here's that Twig Splat variant that I believe Adam was talking about.
Keep going
Yeah,
down. I want to see more.
And then we have...
What are these girls doing over here?
This is a Hack Slash versus Vampirella.
Oh, it's Vampirella. Oh, okay. I see. That's cool.
I love the Pumpkinhead stuff.
Yeah, I love Pumpkinhead.
This looks like Autumn when she wakes up in the morning and sticks out her tongue.
Gene Simmons, why?
Excuse me, what was it like drawing Kiss?
It was... well, I think the first Kiss stuff I drew was the Army of Darkness. Kiss versus Army of Darkness. And so I was just hyped to draw Army of Darkness at that point. A long time ago, I had almost drawn an Evil Dead book, but it fell apart before it happened. So it was fun to dive in and do that. There's a funny story. I guess Gene Simmons is he's the point person for all of the comic book art. And he had to approve all of the art, and I never heard any notes from him on all those Kiss covers I did, except one of them. I had like Bruce Campbell really big in the foreground, and I had like Gene Simmons back behind him, And the note from Gene Simmons was, I got to be the biggest guy on the cover. I can't be the smallest guy. And so we had to edit it.
You had to make him the biggest
That
character.
cover. But it was fun.
Yeah, because rock stars always want the spotlight, so they got to
He
be the
wants
largest.
to be the
one.
biggest character. I
You
mean,
know,
I understand.
they wouldn't be a rock star if they didn't want to be
Like
the
if you're
largest
the lead singer.
But they're really fun to draw. I mean, their costumes are ridiculous.
Exactly.
When I was drawing them, I was turning them into like Deadites from Evil Dead. So it was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Is there anything
That's awesome.
Is there anything that you haven't had the chance to draw yet that you would really like to do for a cover?
Well, you know, there are characters that I liked when I was growing up reading comics that I haven't drawn professionally, but really my goal has always been to like do my own thing, and that's kind of what I'm doing now. So I'm happy with what I'm doing. I can't think of any off the top of my head like which characters I would want to draw, but every once in a while I'll be like, oh, I'll see like an announcement and I'll be like, oh, I wish I were working on that, but I'm too busy working on my own thing, so I can't work on it.
There you go.
Which
Always
is
a good
complex-
problem to have, though.
Yeah.
Always be busy. I mean,
I see. I believe that's Gremlins 2 behind you. Are you a Gremlins fan?
Yeah, that's the brain gremlin. My buddy Andy got me that for my birthday. I love Gremlins. I love Gremlins too. I have a few of them, of those nice NECA figures.
Yeah. I used to be obsessed with them when I was younger, and my dad went out and bought like just hundreds of packs of like the collector's cards.
I have
of
my
all of them.
huge Funko Pop gremlin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Are you bringing it up for us to see?
11.49. What?
Are you bringing that Funko Pop gremlin up for us to see?
I
see it.
can. Let me show it to you.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Adam, you're
Is there been
cutting in and out again, Adam. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, I think it's that New
Chris,
Jersey.
a thunder and lightning storm tonight, so that may be interfering.
Mm. Oh, there he
But,
is. Gizmo. He's cute.
I love him. He's so really cool. He's super cool with my Lord Voldemort.
Yeah,
Adam, what were you saying?
I heard there was any solid interest from Hollywood in the twig.
Oh, nothing to speak about yet. No, we just finished issue 5 about right before C2E2. So less than 2 weeks ago, I turned in the final page of issue 5, and Friday, while I was at C2E2, we were going over all of the final lettering notes and stuff. So issue 5 is like freshly finished, and I'm kind of taking some days off after the convention to just relax. And then we'll dive back in and see what's going on.
It honestly seems like it would be a perfect character for an animated film.
Well, hey, I'm not going to argue. I think it would be awesome.
Yeah, I could.
What was it like working on the comic book The Spread?
Oh, Spread. So Spread came about. I had just drawn an issue of Haunt, that Todd McFarlane book, and I wanted to do my own image book. So I went to New York Comic Con, and Justin Jordan was there. He'd just done The Strange Talent of Luther Strode. And so I approached him and said, "Hey, you want to work on a thing?" And he was familiar with my stuff, so he said, "Yeah," and we dove in. And I think the most stressful part of that was seeing if it would get picked up or not. So we pitched it, and there was some back and forth, but it finally did get picked up. And then we were off. And it was a lot of fun to work on. It's really, like, I mentioned Evil Dead earlier. Like, Evil Dead 2 has all that, like, gross out gore and stuff, and that's more of a comedy. And while Spread is not a comedy, a lot of that sensibility is what I latched onto when I was drawing those pages. But it's totally different than Twig. I feel like Spread, there was a lot of freedom in like the monster design and stuff, whereas Twig, like the environments can be anything and always changing. So in Spread, it was a lot of drawing in the same setting over and over, whereas Twig, we're just like, we're off to someplace new. We're going someplace new on every page.
Hey, Garrett, pull a couple of those spreads that's in his gallery there. Some sweet stuff in there.
You like her? I like her too. I like the hand.
Let me go ahead and share that back to the screen real quick. What was it that you said you wanted me to pull up, Adam?
Pull up like an issue to his head. Show the audience. It really is a great.
Oh yeah, if you go all the way to the bottom, yeah, there's one.
Yep.
Yeah, I love this hand here. That's freaking sweet.
Yeah, that would look sweet in our living room.
Thank you. Oh, it's weird. Somebody tagged me and Justin on Twitter like 2 weeks ago, and they were watching that HBO Watchmen show, and there's a newsstand in there, and there are a bunch of comics, and one of them was Spread number 25, like in the background. It was a cover that Felipe Silberero, who colored all of Spread, he had actually drawn that cover. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
I love him too.
That was a fun one.
We may need to be buying some of this from you to hang up on our wall.
So that cover of Spread number 4, I was a big Spawn fan as a kid.
Yeah, that's definitely Spawn vibes.
If you look at the cover of Spawn number 4, this is sort of an homage. I mean, it's different enough that it doesn't bring it to mind, but yeah, they're quite different. The two books.
Yeah, they're all really awesome. Great.
What's it like collaborating with Justin Jordan?
Oh, fun. Yeah, Justin is always.
Amazon stuff.
What?
I was just telling my Echo Dot to shut up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Justin always has it all. He has it all figured out. So there's not a lot of there aren't a lot of question marks. It's all. It can be frustrating with some writers when they're not delivering everything at the same time. But Justin is always like, "Here it all is. I got it all figured out. I've got 6 volumes of this all figured out." When we pitched it, he had a ton of stuff figured out for the whole future of the project, which was great.
That's awesome. What convention will you for the rest of the?
I'm sorry, Adam, you cut out again.
What conventions will you be at for the rest of the year?
Oh, okay. So I was just at C2E2, obviously, but in a couple of weeks, I'll be at Emerald City Comic-Con in Seattle. I haven't been there in 5 or 6 years, probably. And then a couple of weeks after that, for the first time, I will be at Dragon Con in Atlanta.
Nice.
Have you guys been to Dragon Con? Have you been?
I haven't been, but
I've never had the pleasure yet.
I've never been. I want to go.
Well, I hear it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to go to that.
You said
Then when I
Atlanta,
get back,
right?
you what?
It's in Atlanta, right?
Yep, it's in Atlanta.
It's definitely probably crazy.
I'm excited. I have a buddy who lives in
Labor Day
Atlanta who he's going to show me around. He works on Archer, the show, and he's going to take us there and look around. So I'm pumped for that.
Cool.
And then when I get back, I'm going to do some local shows, and then maybe New York Comic Con. I might be doing that one.
We will be there.
Like I said, if you're at New York Comic Con, that's my home base, so I'll definitely say hello and get a few books signed.
Adam, you're going to have to get us tickets.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in between the next couple of days.
Because we got to get tickets.
And don't mind Autumn with her itching. She walked through some poison the other day.
I have poison. No, I literally was ripping up weeds and got poison all over me. Because I just...
Excuse me, where can audience find you online?
Where can everybody find you online, Kyle?
Oh, okay. Well, you can find me on Instagram at Kyle Strham _. I'm pretty active on Facebook. And if you go to my website, kylestrham.com, you can sign up for my newsletter there. And anytime I have like stuff coming out that may not be available through the direct market, like if I'm just doing online sales, that's where I'll announce it. And that's where I'll announce when I open up a commission list. And that's where I like to preview new art and stuff. And I'm on Twitter if you want to see me tweet about like what movies I'm watching and stuff.
Yeah. And you also have an amazing blog on your website too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I actually I read a couple of them, and I lost.
Thank you. I'm glad it's helpful. Yeah, I was going pretty
And
hard
I
on
want
the
to thank you for
blog.
being a guest.
Oh yeah, you bet.
Yep.
Thank you for having me.
And, this was a pleasure. Thank you very much. You have a great night.
Likewise. Thank you.
Bye,
thank
Kyle.
You
thank you for coming.
All right.
That was awesome sauce, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is awesome. His artwork is just absolutely amazing. I love I love the little guy. Like the twig character seriously needs to become a
It doesn't animate it, man.
Like,
You know that X-Men commercial and the commercial, please?
which commercial was it that you wanted again? I'm sorry, you were breaking up.
Let's get the X-Men.
Oh, the X-Men? Yep, I got you, bud. We already know that.
Commercial,
I'm gonna bring
and then the Flintstones commercial.
We're going to prepare him right after this.
X-Men video with a mini comic book, pull-out poster, and trading card, all for only $4.99 with any pizza purchase. There are 2 video packs to collect, so hurry and get your claws on them.
Oh, I'll wrap that up.
Exclusively at Pizza Hut.
You used to get cool shit at Pizza Hut.
You did used to get cool stuff at Pizza Hut. I don't know why they stopped doing all that.
Remember that
too? I was
time-
100 fucking pounds and shit.
Yep.
Remember whenever you could read books and get free Pizza Hut?
Yes, I remember. I remember you used to get like demo video games for like your PlayStation.
Yes, I got PlayStation video games. Like this one where you skate and cruise around and deliver pizzas on your skates, and it was
Nice.
so fun.
Yeah, that was game.
So,
Alright, so this is what, guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna play the Flintstones commercial, and then we're gonna bring in our next guest.
all right, sounds great. Let's get on that.
Because I want everyone to see the stuck up Flintstones commercial.
Yeah, I can't believe that this used to be a thing.
Oh yeah, play this. This is crazy.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney? Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard. Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them. Gee, we ought to do something, Fred. Okay? How's about taking a nap? Hey, I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break. That's it! Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend. Yeah, Fred. Filter blend makes the big taste difference, and only Winston has it up front where it counts. Here, ahead of the pure white filter. Winston packs rich tobaccos specially selected and specially processed for good flavor in filter smoking. Yeah, Barney, Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. The
Guys,
Yeah.
I can't believe that they used to have the Flintstones doing cigarettes.
I believe it.
oh, there's a Bush show I'll play like in a future week that I think is even better than that.
Look
All
at
right, let's welcome our next guest. She is the sexy, the talented Amethyst Pearl.
Hi, guys.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
We are good.
Good, how are you?
I'm doing excellent, thank you.
Your camera is not showing up for some reason.
Yeah,
I can see
apologize
myself.
for all the
I don't see
issues we're having
you.
tonight.
Wait. Nope.
Well, we got audio.
We just
Okay.
Audio works.
Yeah, so if
Oh, there she
you
is.
are. All right.
Hi.
Hello.
Finally. What's up?
So,
Can you
how
just tell
are
the
you?
audience who you are and what you do?
My name is Amethyst Pearl. I am a BBW adult content creator. I have OnlyFans, Pornhub, Twitter. I am also verified on Tryst. Tryst is a website for independent escorts and online providers.
Awesome.
That's cool, cool,
I have not
cool.
used Chris yet.
What was that, Adam?
I think he froze. I think his question was about Tryst.
Okay.
How is it to use
How is it to you?
as far as being an
Oh,
independent provider?
as far as client versus provider, I'm not really sure on the client end. For the providers, you have to be verified, like you would have to be on Pornhub or OnlyFans, and there's different services you can provide. You can provide in-person services like dates and dinner dates. You can provide online services like camming or videos. There's a whole lot of different options for independent providers.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, have you ever ran into a situation on there where you just got like linked up with a complete and total a-hole?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because even in the camming industry, I know that we have that a lot, where we'll have a-holes that'll come in and just completely ruin our night. So
They
I'm
don't
sure.
ruin my night.
They don't ruin our night, but
They
you know,
make me laugh.
it's just they try to ruin our night. We'll say.
Yeah, and to be honest, you really have to have like a duck's back. You just water right off your back and just let it go, because if you get upset by everybody who tries to send you an unsolicited pic or send you, try to negotiate with you for services, it's kind of like you're going to end up getting hurt very easily.
Yeah.
So, so being in the industry, it's no different than camming or, when you're in the sex industry, there's going to be a-holes everywhere.
And I find it funny how they like to
It's every
barter
industry.
and they're trying to like negotiate
get
a
a
price, and I'm
discount.
like, do you go to Walmart and ask them for a discount for your groceries? Do you go and
I
ask
just thought you go to McDonald's and try to negotiate your fries.
No,
Well,
my thing is,
creative people are the only ones who ever get asked if they can do it for lower prices.
my
you
thing
know.
is though, if you go to a strip club, don't you pay a door fee, and then you also have to give ones to the strippers if you want their attention? Like, the money that you spend is just to get in the door, and then you have to continue spending it on me for me to continue to entertain you. That's just
Correct.
Yes.
the way
But
that
see,
it
Yeah.
I believe that a lot of these free to view sites have kind of muddied up the industry, because now you can go on a place like My Free Cams or Chatterbait, and there's practically girls doing full shows for free. Because they're desperate to get those
How
shows.
is it economical feasible for them to do that with?
Honestly, it's not. But they don't realize it sometimes.
or
I
they're
don't think.
doing it just to get the views.
Yeah.
I do have my Pornhub is kind of like that, where I do upload minute and a half videos to try to as a teaser, really, And I have my OnlyFans, which is my VIP site. It's $4.99 a month. I give my subscribers discounts every month. It's really $5 a month for all the porn you can really watch. That's really not that bad. So when you have the free to view sites, it should be used as a teaser to try to bring you into the full pay sites. Yeah. So that's what I try to do with like my Twitter, my Pornhub, my OnlyFans is like my main where everything is.
Yeah, but the only difference between us and what she does is like we put full videos up on the Pornhub, but at the same time it's not like full production videos. It's stuff that we shot with a cell phone that was done in 10, 15 minutes, and we're putting it up on there so we can gain ad revenue every month.
Yeah.
So, if we can have something short and sweet that we didn't take us any time to edit or put up, then I'm just going to throw it up on there.
It still gets a couple thousands of views. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I kind of use Pornhub as a adult YouTube. Yeah. That's kind of how I use it. So. But I think there's a lot of people in the industry who try to make the transition over from camming into making actual content as well. And then they can't do it because they're so used to giving everything away for free on these sites. They're posting all of this stuff and then they're showing everything. Like you said, it should be a teaser, or like in our case, it's just dumb stuff that we don't care about. We're just having fun. But they're sitting down trying to make really, really good production value videos that they're spending a lot of money on, and they're wondering why they're not making anything back.
Right.
And, there has to be a line there where it's like, hey, look, this is your time, your money that you're putting into this. You have to have a premium for it. Otherwise, you're never going to exist in the space.
Yeah.
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 Totally.
100%.
Excuse me, Amethyst. I hear you're a big fan of pegging.
I am both giving and receiving. I have a few pegging partners that I experiment with. I'm relatively new to it. As far as anal, I have a girlfriend that I play with sometimes, and she gives me tips, and I try to play on the side. So yeah, I do enjoy pegging a lot.
There you go.
What advice would you give to someone getting pegged for the very first time?
I knew that was coming.
Yes, he wants to know all about pegging, so I can peg him.
You want to train yourself. You don't want to go in and be like, okay, I can take a full-size dick on my own. You want to start with butt plugs or, something maybe finger-sized for a little bit, relax while it's in there. Lube. Don't be afraid to use lube. Yeah.
House. Take a shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like the basics.
Prep. Your ass can never be too clean. And if you feel like it's too painful, don't force it, because you don't want to rip. You don't want to tear and then bleed and then you're done. Yeah. So don't be afraid to start small. Really, a lot of guys have this machismo where they think, oh yeah, I can take a big cock in my ass, and then all of a sudden. No, they can't. So you really want to
crying like little babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had like 2 of these in my fucking asshole at the same time.
I think the disconnect for guys is like they're like, well, I take a massive poop so I can handle anything. It's like, yeah, but it's coming out, not going in. Like, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to say super relaxed for that to like.
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly,
I'm gonna meditate. I'm going to make sure I prep right to practice. The project peg is going to be amazing.
Yes, I'm going to project peg you. Sis.
Yeah, we have we have the Project Pegasus going on. Actually, right here. Hey, Adam's asked for only $24.99.
That's a bargain. I like that.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I was going to put that sign up at
Wait, I
Exotica.
agree with $24.99.
Yeah, man, that's what I was going to put up. I'm going to put up a menu on our booth at Exotica,
His ass
Okay.
is going to be destroyed.
and I'm going to put $24.99 for whoever wants to peg you, and then we'll film it, and then we'll put it up onto your mini bits channel.
I'll be down with that.
I
For
mean,
$24.99.
You're already making $24.99 right off the bat, and then you can make money on it on the back
Hi,
end.
David.
I like this idea.
Jason wants to buy me breakfast at Exotica.
Jason wants to buy breakfast.
I want to buy you breakfast at Exotica, Autumn.
Oh.
David Howard says, just jumping in to say hello.
Will you be at Exotica in New
Hi,
Jersey?
David.
I will be, yes. I'm going with a friend of mine. I was there last year, and actually the first time I met Autumn was at Exotica last year. But just briefly, I was a little overwhelmed with the size of the convention. It was my first time there, and the first time I'd actually heard about it. Friend took me, and I absolutely had a blast. So I was
overwhelmed whenever I go
definitely
there.
coming back for this year.
I'm going to go ahead and bring in a Exotica veteran here, JV Wheels.
Hello.
Hello.
He is
How are
amazing
ya?
at Exotica.
I don't know if I'm the Exotica legend, but you know, I've been there a couple of times.
Yeah, so like you were saying, you know, it's overwhelming for people that go there sometimes. And what would you suggest to first-time goers if they're going as, you know, either a couple or by themselves, or say if they're a performer and they want to go? Like, what advice would you give to people who want to go?
Me?
Both you and Amethyst.
So, on my perspective, when I first went to Exotica, obviously I was nervous because obviously I have a disability. I didn't know what to expect. And of course, like the minute I got there, I saw my crush back in 2016 of Bella Danger within 5 minutes. So my heart went, oh my God. So the easiest thing for me is just kind of like obviously be yourself. Like don't try to overthink it. Because I noticed, you know, within the hours, the more I bring out my funny side, the better, you know, the better interactions I'm going to have. So
There you go.
Funny dudes always
Well
win
said.
the race.
Well said.
don't overthink it, basically.
Yeah. So what about you, Amethyst? What would be your advice, either towards the creator or towards, you know, just a guest going for the first time?
Based on my experience, be comfortable. I tried to, you know, dress up, look great, wear ridiculous shoes, and walking around after 15 minutes, I decided no, that was a bad idea. So definitely be comfortable. If you're going to be spending all day there, you know, take everything in. Just walk slowly.
Pain is beauty. Like I was walking around in horrible shoes as well, and getting blisters all over my feet just because they match my outfit.
Yeah.
Sneakers. If you're going to walk around, wear sneakers.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Or just grab a
Yes.
ride on my chair. That would work too.
Or grab a ride on JV's chair. That'll work. So is there anything at Exotica that you weren't expecting to see when you went?
Well, I did the VIP, the couples sessions with the TED Talk or the talks, no, TED Talks, and I think I was really interested that there were so many sessions about pegging. There was one about BDSM. There was one about pushing your limits and what's considered taboo. And I just think that there was a really diverse atmosphere as far as information. It wasn't just about meeting the porn stars. It wasn't just about vendors. It was actually fairly educational when I went. I felt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The first time I was there, or we went there, we had our own booth. We brought a bunch of stuff. We were selling all that stuff. Like, everybody's like, how have I never seen you before? Because I've never been here before. This is my first time. I just decided to do it bigly.
That was my favorite year going. I'm just
first-timer?
putting that out there.
What was that, Adam? Go
My
ahead.
advice for any first is also pace yourself.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. I have to go check on the minions that are upstairs, so please
The
continue.
minions. That's what we're calling them now.
Crotch goblins. So JV has been rapping on TikTok. He's been doing raps, which we've really enjoyed. All of them are freaking awesome.
Thank you.
So keep doing those open verse TikToks.
Yeah, you.
Has he done more business last week?
Yeah, Autumn definitely lit the fire under my butt. So I've been trying to do one a day. So
Exactly.
I try to put them everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I'm just trying to be everywhere.
Mhm.
So, because I see how like the kind of work she does with TikToks and how many she'll do a day just to be like, okay, I have content at least for a week. So I'm trying to get into that mindset. So
Yeah.
thank you for lighting the fire back under my butt because, it's been pretty fun, honestly.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're
Yeah.
having fun. It's really good. Like, you do a good job. So
Thank
there's
you.
a reason
Yep.
why
Thank you, my best friend of what?
So,
A
Amethyst,
year now?
is there any content that you would like to do that you haven't got to do yet?
I would like to work with Autumn.
There you go.
I hope to in the future. We've been talking about it, but nothing's been official. So we'll see. But yeah, that's on my bucket list.
Okay. Well,
I have a
will say
feeling
that
that's happening sooner
we do
than
have
later.
a site that is going to be coming into fruition very soon. It's called Riot Girls. It's going to be all girls, all shapes, all sizes that are alt. So,
Great.
We want the girls who have piercings, different colored hair, not your normal run-of-the-mill, just Barbie doll girl.
Fantastic.
We want to be the punk rock version of Suicide Girls.
Awesome.
Real
Yeah.
version.
Yes.
Like what it used to be back in,
It's so stupid.
the early days.
Was the
Right.
Citizen Girls ever cool?
Yes. When I was about 14, 15, 16, kind of coming into my age, coming into my sexuality, also exploring the internet, I stumbled across Suicide Girls, and they really sparked this interest in me when I was that young. And that was, 22, 21 years ago. So yeah, I mean, they were pretty cool. They kind of got me interested in doing adult work even back then.
I saw all of it on MySpace. Like, I saw it whenever, like, it was in threads on MySpace. And that's how I saw it at first.
Yeah.
Because there was a bunch of scene girls that I thought were hot as shit posting all these pictures of themselves all over MySpace. And like I said, that was whenever I was 13, 14 years old. I was like, so whenever it came to the time, I was like, I can actually do this.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling.
The only problem is it's not a very good site to work for. So we're gonna do our own thing and make some things happen. right now we're trying to build out a brand and make it awesome. So
Awesome sauce.
not awesome sauce, Riot Girls. But anyways, yeah.
You make everything awesome sauce.
We do make everything awesome sauce. But yeah, we want to work with like-minded people who are free-spirited, just want to have fun, make content, and that's what we're
do it in a
looking
safe
to do.
space.
Yeah, do it in a safe space.
Yeah.
Let all the models have an input on what they want to shoot, not just saying, hey, you're going to shoot this scene.
Yeah.
Well, if you're signed to somebody and they're like, hey, go shoot this scene, and you don't want to do it, you're like, do I really have to? And they're kind of like, yeah, you signed this contract here saying, I don't want to be that way. Like, somebody's uncomfortable with doing something, I don't want them to do it because it's going to look like shit.
True.
So I would prefer everybody be comfortable and in a safe environment. And that's what I'm trying to build, because there's far too much catty bullshit in this industry. There is far too much danger in this industry, and it needs to be taken care of. And
it's the one thing about the comic book industry, the porn industry, that overlaps is the amount of drama and catty bullshit that happens.
Yeah.
And then nobody wants to help us. Like, if it's actually a legal thing, that they're like, oh, well, you chose to do this, so we're not going to help you at all.
I've even spoken to lawyers about having a massive amount of content stolen, and it was all copywritten, went through the proper channels to do everything. Talked to a copyright lawyer, and he said, yeah, well, since you're working in the adult industry, I really can't do anything for you because I won't touch that kind of content. I was like, so basically these people can steal my stuff, make like $200,000 off of it, and not pay me a nickel? He was like, yeah.
Actually, if you need a lawyer, JR, I have one for you. I'll give you the information later.
Please send me the email.
Yeah, because then...
Yeah,
I still one to this day with Autumn's content.
Yeah.
I did have someone from Jay's organization, Why Not? He got me hooked up with some people that's like basically a DMCA person that'll go out and take your stuff down for you on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Yeah, I know a few peeps that can help you out with that, so
yeah,
got you covered.
I mean, as soon as
Excuse me, Amethyst.
more pop up.
Yes, Adam.
Hang on 1 second. Amazon, stop.
I swear to God, I'm making that a meme.
A meme of Adam going, Amazon, stop. I'm done.
I'm done with that.
What was your
This is a
question?
question for you and Autumn. What's better to give, hand job or blow job?
Blowjob, for sure.
Blowjob.
Yeah. Definitely blowjob.
All right, JV, to you, what's better, hand job or blow job?
I don't give either, but I would receive either. So,
Good answer.
why, thank you, sir.
Like, which one? I feel like a blowjob would ultimately feel better than a hand job.
Well, that's the thing. If you're getting a hand job, it's just a hand. If you're getting a blow job, more than likely the hand and the
Is
mouth
going to be
involved at the same
included.
time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so like
You're getting 2 for 1.
Yeah. So always pick blowjob because you're gonna get like a hand on your dick anyways.
Yeah.
So handy and blowy. Like both, best of both worlds.
So, I heard through the grapevine that Adam at Exotica wants to set up a scene where he just has a line of girls come by and piss on his face. Would you be interested?
Actually, that's not a rumor. From now on,
That's not
I
a
am
rumor, that's a truth.
this
All right.
way.
This man said it's not a rumor.
I wanna piss on people's face too, but I need more people to be like, hey, yeah, I'll pay you to piss on my face. I want them to pay me so I can piss on their face and I could put it
Well,
on.
isn't that the only way to do it?
Yeah.
I mean, I could piss on their face for free, but I don't want necessarily
No, like-
do it for free.
Like
That's not fun to do it for free.
No.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody out there that
And that's
wants
a polite
me to pee on their face,
Jason.
and we'll let me put it on YouTube. Or
What's
not
up,
YouTube,
Jason?
The
Wow, I
Pornhub.
actually got a What's Up Wheels on Awesome Sauce.
The
Shout
orange.
out, Jason, man.
The
Hey, what's
corn
up,
dog.
Jason?
So if you let me do that, I would be highly, highly pleased and excited because I want to make an Autumn South Golden Shower series where it's just like me pissing on men's faces.
I think that would be amazing.
Also,
You just make that a compilation.
It'll
It'll
$1 in a cup, so
So
I can raise
Amethyst,
money to get pegged by to have anything done to or for me by Blake Blossom. That would be awesome too.
my big, it's always with the Blake Blossom man. Come
Yeah.
on.
It is really
Dude, I tried to reach out to her on Twitter, nothing
Yeah,
yet.
there you go. So Amethyst, do you also branch out and shoot scenes with different companies or anything like that? Have you went that far yet? Or
I don't actually. I'm strictly independent, and I've only worked with myself and friends and clients, and that's why I would like to work with Autumn as like I said, a bucket list. But no, I don't work with doing scenes for other production companies.
okay.
Yeah.
So being independent, do you find that you have more freedom to do things than what you would if you were saying working for a production company or different things like that?
I suppose so. And also being that I am a plus size woman, there may be some, I don't know, usuals that they have plus size women do in more production films, but whereas I feel like I have the ability to, if I want to do a pegging scene, I can do a pegging scene because I feel more dominant, or I can do more submissive scene because I feel more submissive. And it's not entirely dictated by, because she's a BBW creator, I just feel I'm just an adult creator and this is what I do. I'm not strictly, shelved into any category. So maybe that's a plus for being independent.
Right.
Yeah, and you can decide what you want to do and what you don't want to do.
So do you feel like some of these companies kind of pigeonhole BBW girls into doing only certain things in these films? So
Yes.
Okay. So you feel like you have the talent where you could go out and do more, but they only put people, say, into certain positions and then, let the other people do other things.
Right. Yeah.
If I could chime in a little bit, I feel like companies, adult companies, should kind of be like more like the music industry now, where the music industry has turned into kind of a more of a distribution thing, where the creator will create and then that company is just there to distribute. I think if we could get that in the adult industry, that'd be cool, because it would be like, hey, you guys are independent, we like your work, sign with us so we could have that name behind you, but we're not gonna force you to do X, Y, and Z under us. You be you, and we just help you put it out to like a major.
That's why
what we're working on actually right now with Adult Time. They reach out to us for a licensing deal, so we're in the works with them, and it's kind of like what you said, where it'll be we shoot what we want, make what we want, and then they just pay us to license it and put it out on their stuff. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Adult Time is awesome.
Yeah. So that'll happen, and then we can make what we want, and then just make money off of them putting it on there.
You are so itchy right now.
I am.
I do have a reality, an adult entertainment reality show that has been drumming in
An
my
adult
head.
reality show.
I would sign up for that, I think.
Is it going to be like
A
Jersey Shore,
a
but,
Big Brother?
but like adult?
Yeah.
I'll talk about it off camera. I'm running it off camera at this point.
Like, I'm not giving anything away. Somebody will take this idea.
That would
No,
be
no,
sick.
I'm just want to copyright it first, and then I'll feel more comfortable talking
Can I
about
play
it.
the
on there.
character that's like Snooki so I can go take a poop in a refrigerator?
What?
Yeah, sure.
Snooki, she took a poop in a refrigerator.
Oh my god.
But yeah, actually, I would like to see more reality show stuff like that. I know that a lot of adult models have been starting to do their own podcasts and different things like that. And then they'll do a podcast and then shoot a scene directly after the podcast is done, which I kind of found to be a pretty cool concept, honestly. But yeah, people are starting to branch out into different things, but I really haven't seen like a full blown reality show that is an adult nature.
I got ideas. Kinky, pornographic, perverted ideas. They're gonna be awesome. I just gotta make it for the next 2 weeks.
I think that would be a fantastic idea, and you would actually probably have more applicants than you realize, because there are people who, you know, they want to be on TV, they want to be on reality, and they also have maybe an exhibition kink that they are willing to explore. And if it's, you know, being televised or broadcast streaming somewhere, that's, you know, the perfect setting for somebody to, you know, get that going.
Yeah.
I think that would be a perfect idea.
Yeah, I think it would be a great idea too. I've also noticed that a lot of people on the cam communities are starting to do like these 24-hour streams, or they're starting to do like the kind of the Big Brother style thing where it's like, you know, they just have a camera posted up in a room and you watch everything they do all day. So that's a pretty cool concept. And then there was one that I saw where it's like this wake me up stream where they have like, you tip a certain amount and like an alarm goes off or like some crazy things happen. I'm just like, the creativity of people and seeing what they can do, it just blows my mind sometimes.
Yeah, that happens on Twitch a lot. And I think that's kind of cool about the adult industry as well, because you see a lot of adult creators doing things like Twitch.
Yeah.
So that way people could see them in more of a general light. And then if they want to see content.
Violet Myers is one of them. Like, she's the one that branched off into YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, for sure. Violet Myers, Adriana Chechich. I think Angela White is supposed to be starting a Twitch. So it's just kind of cool to see how.
I actually think Angela started already.
I think so too.
So you two guys are just like the go-to for if I have any questions about a porn star that they're doing something new. I'm just like, hey, what's going on? And you'll know.
I'm always on Twitch. So,
okay.
You know, if I hear something, I'll definitely bring it your way.
Yeah. See, and Autumn had a Twitch for a while, and she made it to partner. And then I guess all of a sudden somebody didn't like what she was wearing, and they banned her. So
that sucks.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Amethyst, are you into anything geeky or nerdy?
Yeah, actually, I have quite a Catwoman collection. Batman and Catwoman I kind of grew up with as far as a fandom, and then as an adult I've been going to Comic-Cons, collecting artwork, collecting Funkos. I have a pair of Catwoman goggles, some action figures. You know, I really love Catwoman. That's kind of my nerd thing going on right now.
Who's your favorite
adult reality show? Would be fucking awesome. Yes, it would.
What was that, Adam?
Who's your favorite on screen Catwoman?
Eartha Kitt.
Nice.
Yeah, classic. She was a beauty. She was a fantastic actress. Aside from Catwoman, she was just she was a feminist. She was just a absolutely brilliant woman. So I think I would have to say Eartha Kitt. Yeah.
Yes, love that.
Her voice usually welcome me into the New York City taxis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be like, this is Eartha Kitt. I used to have 9 lives, but you don't. Buckle up.
Yeah, I can see her saying that. Mm-hmm.
This doesn't want to charge.
Yeah.
All right, so Adam, we have about I'd say 15 more minutes before Autumn has to go and do her other job.
All right, so I guess what we'll do is Amethyst, where can the audience find you online?
I'm sorry?
Hang on a second. Amazon, shut up.
See, I told you, meme.
Definitely, because it's just saying weird stuff. Where can my audience find you online?
Twitter at Amethyst Pearl X, same as OnlyFans at Amethyst Pearl X, or Pornhub. It would be pornhub.com/model/amethyst-pearl.
I thank you for being a guest, and
thank you.
I hope we can make some magic happen in Exotica.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Can we play that last commercial, please?
Yes, we sure can.
And we'll come in and we'll start wrapping things up.
Alrighty.
The world's greatest superheroes. Batman and Robin, the dynamic duo. Superman, the Man of Steel. Aquaman, the famous undersea crime fighter. Tarzan of the Apes. Shazam, now featured on network television. Captain America, fighting injustice the world over. Spider-Man, the weird wall climber. The Super Foes, the arch enemies of the superheroes. The Super Gals, Wonder Woman, Supergirl,
This stuff reminds me of
Batgirl, and Catwoman. The Green Arrow, crime fighter from the forest. Iron Man, power personified. The Falcon, that great black superhero. The Green Goblin, Spider-Man's strange enemy. The Lizard, half man, half beast. And that fantastic green giant superhero, the Hulk. And for 1976, the Fantastic Four, the Torch, faster than the speed of light. The Thing, Ben Grimm, man of granite. Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Girl both have the powers of invisibility. The Fantastic Four, fighting for truth and honor. Conan the Barbarian, with his sword of justice. Thor, using his Viking power against evil.
This is... That commercial would never get made today.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
It's fantastic. Loved it.
Yeah,
Pornstash podcast says, "Why the fuck is Tarzan with these heroes?"
I have no clue. It was the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
That's just crazy.
I think the Mego Corp is just talking. Let's throw every action figure we have in the line together and make something.
That was one of the worst commercials I've ever seen, with them cutting the film, taking the one end and putting it in another place. Like,
oh yeah,
the whole damn camera angle changed. Like,
no, I just saw this on YouTube last night. It's like, I have to show this on the podcast because this is the only thing it made me do is get excited for Mego action figures.
there you go.
There we go.
All right, you guys, I have to go on and head off of here, and I will catch you guys later next week.
Love you.
We'll hang out. And I love you.
All you do for me. Follow Autumn South on the internets.
Yes, find me at Autumn South X on Twitter, Autumn South X on TikTok, or you can do Autumn South X 2.0 on TikTok. I have 2 accounts just in case. Autumn South X on Instagram, Autumn South on Pornhub, X Hamster, X Videos.
She's everywhere.
Cams, everywhere.
Literally everywhere.
Just Google me. All right, love you guys. I'll see you later.
Yep. Well, everyone, I'd like to thank Kyle Strham for being a guest. I want to thank Amethyst Pearl for being a guest. We are going to hold off on the news stories I want to do tonight to next week. Assuming I'm not too drugged up at this time next week. But I want to thank you all for another amazing Wednesday night. Remember, you don't need sight to have the vision. It's not what happens, it's what you do about it. Please get your health checked. Always wear a condom. Wash your hands. Pay for your porn. Always invest in the comic books you love. I love you all. I want to thank JV, JR, everyone for support, Comic Crusaders, Demon Seed Radio. Thank you all for supporting the channel. I love you all. Blind out, I'm out.
Peace.